Shaw's number one hip hop and R&B, 107.5 GCI. Jamal Smalls, Hometurf, next to blow. We back at it. And I got my fam in here, man. Solo the Dweeb.
Money. What's up, man? What's good with you, Smalls?
What's good, man?
You know, happy to be here, man. You know, in the spot, another day, another dollar.
Yeah. So we're going to jump right into it, man. You got an interesting story. You know, come up, man. Like you've been hustling so hard. Kind of give us like a brief snapshot of who Solo the Dweeb is.
I mean, because there's definitely a lot of people who will probably see me and be like, I don't know who that is. You know what I'm saying? Probably from the same side and all that. But I was born and raised over East. I moved out of Chicago at a young age, like going into 5th grade, was in Indiana for a while, then went to the West Coast for like 3-4 years. And then close to 2015, 2014, my mom's convinced me to move back to Chicago. And crazy enough, I was actually one of the U Media kids. Like before I ran West Coast, I used to be at U Media, and I actually met Chance and a bunch of other people there. Nice. You know what I'm saying? Who are like out and about now, like Saba and other people like that. So I guess you could say, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm definitely a U Media baby. So it was just destined to happen, you know. But after seeing him kick that door open, I'm like, this probably is a good move to come back home. Let's see what I can get done. I was nervous, you know, because I'm like, I ain't been home in so long. People gonna, you know, practically say I'm not from here. It was nerve-wracking, but something told me take that leap and see what it do, and here we are.
So talk about the differences, like what you saw on the road versus home.
What I saw, what I'm about to say finna sound super cocky, but I really do feel this way. What I saw traveling to different places, especially to like the West Coast, is like, Chicago is so iconic, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many places that have so many different cultures and things to offer and things you can take from and learn lessons from. But, like, ain't nobody do it like Chicago do it, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many things that was just copying and, like, emulated, you know what I'm saying? It's not like Chicago is, like, above getting trends and copying, too, because, like, we got hit with the jerk phase. I remember when people was jerking out here and stuff like that, like doing a couple California things, but when it's almost like when Chicago does something, like nothing has really made that same type of effect since the drill wave. You know what I'm saying? And like being out in the West Coast for so long, you really do see like those effects. You see them like doing the stuff that we already do, even if it's in a much more slight form, in my opinion.
Right.
Like it get rough in any state, really. Like there's always some psycho or somebody in any state you're in, but like, you know what I'm saying? They definitely adapted from that music, you know what I'm saying, from listening to us. And what it don't matter if anybody want to admit it or not, we know, you know what I'm saying. So like we know and we see it, you know what I'm saying. We see it in y'all videos, we see it in y'all material, and y'all what y'all call y'all culture every day. Like y'all got it from Chicago first. Y'all don't even want to give us our props about it.
That's why I was going to ask you, do you ever feel like they give props?
I mean, honestly, they don't. The only thing they give props to is the negativity, because, like, the first thing you hear when someone says, like, when you say that, like, oh, I'm from Chicago, the first thing they go for is Chirac.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's almost like, for Chicagoans, A, saying that is corny now. You know what I'm saying? Nobody even says that. And B, like, for me, I look at it almost like a derogatory term, because it's like you trying to put a bad depiction on such a beautiful place of culture because of like what can happen. You know what I'm saying? And we can talk about the levels into that, but nobody really trying to get in those type of levels, like why that is.
Right.
But the point is that's what it is. And so if you're gonna do that and you're gonna copy off of it and appropriate off of it, you probably shouldn't like be so quick to down it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just like black people. Like everybody want to be black, but nobody want to be black. Like you know what I'm saying? So Chicago's the same thing, you know what I'm saying? So people just gotta respect that, at least, you know what I'm saying? It influences us. It's such a like ripple effect of it. They just gotta catch that and understand that. Like it's a respect thing, in my opinion. So I think I'm excited because for my run, man, because I feel like I'm gonna get that respect back for the city, man.
Man, so let's get into that. I mean, just so being on the road, getting a mixture of different flavors and having your own from here, like what are we gonna get out of the project? First, what's the name of the project?
Well, the name of the project is called Solo Mac.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? The project itself is all in all a collaboration. Yeah. That's the first word that comes to mind. Well, actually, the first word that comes to mind is masterpiece. Because personally,
Like
there are a
that.
lot of great artists.
That.
There's a lot of great artists that have come out of the city over the past, you know what I'm saying, years, you know what I'm saying? Shout out my boy Cowboy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He cold. And that was super crazy when I met him too, because we had a chance to like hop in the studio at the time. We had just met. So I was just like, nah, he's a nice guy, but maybe it just didn't feel that right at that time. And then just seeing him like jump out and do his thing, and he's still humble, still cool. Like I could still like hit him up and it still be like, you know what I'm saying, sitchy. So that's like a blessing to meet those kind of people. You know what I'm saying? Because the first person who showed me that kind of initiative and stuff like that were people like Rio and Valet. You know what I'm saying? Right. And it was really crazy finding them because I had just got put on to Valet like shortly before I met him. So like it was a long shot thinking like he not gonna open up for me on my listening party, but he did.
Yeah.
And he was just so cool, like just seeing how, and it just showed me like, yeah, you could still be 100 and still be in this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it showed me, it gave me a lot of ambition to like really take that initiative to be better. But like how that happened, and just like further just seeing Valet all the time. I met Rio, and one day he just like slipped me a really cold beat. Like a really cold beat. And for me, like
Rio,
around that time, the crazy thing is like I know about certain pop cultures and stuff, but I don't know.
Yeah.
So like even though I met Rio and I saw Rio was with Valet, I didn't know Rio's like full background. So then it started to like shed some light, and just artists I used to listen to, Rio was all over, like Ty Money, you know what I'm saying? Like different other artists and things. And I was just like, oh, okay, so maybe this is a big deal. So I was like, I want to impress him. I got to make sure to like go crazy. I want to make sure to like really make a good impression with this man and show him like I'm hungry, I'm cold, and I could do this. Yeah. So the first song was Dante, ironically enough.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So like I showed him that and I really went, and he heard that, he was just like, oh, okay. He was like, maybe we could let's see what's to it. And then it was like the right place, right time kind of thing. He was just like, he just let me, like, you know what I'm saying, just let me like go do it, and we just started collaborating. And then from that point, I think it took me like about a week, a solid week. I like when I go in studio sessions, man, I don't play. Yeah. Like at all. Like I average, like in a 6-hour session, I average like 10 songs.
Nice.
I've done it multiple times. Like that's a normality for me. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like most engineers love me because I come in and I really don't, like, I cut the crap. You know what I'm saying? Like I've learned the terminology over the years and picked up certain things. So like when I'm in engineering sessions with no matter who I'm with, like I'm gonna be over your shoulder. You know what I'm saying? And 9 times out of 10, in your ear. Unless you show me off a session that you that cold that I don't have to do any of that, and I could just literally sit back and watch you work, I'm finna be like, and 9 times out of 10, even then I'm still gonna be in your ear.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I know how I want it. And, you know, I'm very sensitive about my stuff, and I'm a very passionate person. So I wanna make sure like it can sound exactly how I picture it in my brain.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I knocked it out, and I write very fast anyway. Like I was freestyling before I learned to write, so it was already like that. But I write extraordinarily fast. So he gave me like a couple of beats, like about 6, 7 of them, and I came back in a week and was like, I'm done.
Easy.
You know, and we figured out a time to come pull up on him. He engineered the whole thing himself, and it was just like, it was a really cool experience because, like, you know what I'm saying, I got to see really like the full throttle of like how Rio can work, you know what I'm saying, potential like engineer, producing, you know what I'm saying, like having that artist ear, you know what I'm saying, being able to hear the right things, the right drops, like the right mixes, you know what I'm saying. We only really touched it once, and we just touched it once and just sat on it, and I was just such a perfectionist about like everything. I'm just so, like I said, I'm sensitive about mine, so like I just sat on it and I was just like, I don't want to drop this and this be like 100 play something on SoundCloud.
Right.
Like I can't go.
Right.
This is too important. It's too hard. You know what I'm saying? And so that kind of brings me back to my original point of why it's a masterpiece. Mm-hmm. I feel like nobody has really made a conceptual piece of art like Solo Mac that's been dropped out of the city with that much like input in it since Kanye. You know, and I'm willing to take that. I want to like put that title on my shoulders. Not only because I have that much confidence in the project, but because can't nobody see me on the bars like that anyway. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? As far as I'm concerned in the city, You know what I'm saying? Ain't a lot or anybody who can really see me. You know what I'm saying? And if they feel that way, they're going to have to show me.
There it is.
You know, because I don't really see a lot, like, competition-wise, performance-wise, like, all around, pound for pound, I'm that artist.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And even though I don't, like, be cocky about it, and it's not really about me just, like, having a dub out, I'm just, like, being, like, you know what I'm saying? It'll come out. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather just wait. I'm like, it's like Kung Fu flicks. When you see Kung Fu masters walking around and they don't fight nobody and somebody come in they path and he's just looking at them like, you sure you want to do this?
Talk that
you know
talk.
what I'm saying? That's why I got my shirt. You know what I'm saying? This is my spirit animal. You know?
Yeah.
Old Dirty.
ODB.
You know what I'm saying? Dirt McGurk.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot of stuff in it, man. And it's so many different elements because I'm such a versatile fellow.
Dropping a bomb.
So many elements, man.
That talk.
So many elements of flow, man. They don't even know, man. I just dropped something on my birthday recently called Molly Kool-Aid 2. It's on. I put it on SoundCloud because my SoundCloud guys, I know they miss me, so I'm like, let me do something for y'all. And people been wanting the content. I usually been dropping shorter pieces because I just understand how this business works, man. I just know it's an audience I'm working with, and I have to work with the speed of my audience. So I wish I could drop like the amounts of, because I'm sitting on like 5 tapes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like 5, 6 tapes, and that's not even counting singles. Like I have music, plenty.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's just I'm not gonna drop music and then it's just like take everybody forever to catch on, and then like two like, you know what I'm saying, 2 year, 2, 3, 4 year. Like I just feel like it's more quality than quantity. So I just feel like if I drop it precisely, it'll work that way. But recently it just spilt out. You know, I had so much music. I'm like, we'll give them 23 of them. Forget it. Let's just try it. 23 songs.
Let's drop something right now.
You know, and it's got it's a really trap hype tape. It's a really cool LP, but it contains so many different elements. You know, it contains vibe music, it contains pop even, you know. Of course it contains trap and fun bouncy things, but it's so many different elements, and I encourage everybody to listen to it. You know, both that, but Solo Mac, if you want to hear a real conceptual piece, I suggest you play Solo Mac from start to finish, every single track. It's only 8 of them. It's only 8 of them. We went easy on y'all, for real. We really did. You feel me? So it's just, that's 15 minutes you're going to be glad you gave up.
Right.
Point blank, period. You know what I'm saying? I put my name, my heart, body, soul, and all behind that. Because that tape is that hard.
One
you know
now.
what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah, I think it's time.
Let's drop
I think
one
it's
right
time.
now.
We're going to get into that good single, you know what I'm saying?
Come on,
that
man.
new Dante.
Let's do it.
Out now on all platforms, bro. Go get it.
Bombs.